As far as the chaos we find ourselves in these days, it's difficult to say which side pulled the trigger first. Erusia deployed an automatic intercept system with drones. Osea implemented long-range attacks to bypass them. So Erusia decided to sabotage Osea's communications and navigation technology. Erusia couldn't launch a satellite themselves, but they were still able to hack the software of the Osean transmission and navigation systems. Before Osea even noticed, half of their satellites were hijacked. That's when things got ugly. In an attempt to knock out each other's capabilities, both forces launched fighters loaded with anti-satellite missiles at the same time. Only military satellites were targeted. However, their destruction created a debris field in orbit, which wiped out scores of other satellites, both private and government-owned. What kept the world relatively sane up to that point had been free-flowing data and information. But now, those were gone. All that remained was chaos and confusion. Government and civilian broadcasts and transmissions were cut off. The flow of information had ceased. Forces on both sides of the conflict now found themselves unable to communicate with their superiors. Many of the smaller countries annexed by Erusia and yearning for their independence seized the opportunity and started their own uprisings. As for why some of Osea's military decided to break off from the main force and continue on their own, I have no idea. Perhaps there was some sort of dispute over the chain of command. The continent that had once seen wars that were only fought between Osea and Erusia was now full of numerous conflicts between rival leaders vying for power. Insurgencies were everywhere. I even heard a rumor that a group of Osean convicts had rebelled. Rumors. It never ceased to amaze me that even at a crazy time like this, something as trivial as a rumor could find its way here. Communications from corporate were cut off. Apparently, the entire computer network was down. It was a wise decision to make our drones autonomous with AI instead of being radio-controlled. Wise and forward-thinking. Even with their GPS offline, they can still use their sensors to navigate as long as they're working properly. I'm sure the drones are still working perfectly, following their mission orders to the letter. I wish I could upload Mihai's new data to them. But without a connection, I can't upload the software to the active drones. The new ones we're making, though, there should still be enough time to upgrade those before they're activated. I'll be taking the data I've acquired away from the front lines now. Oh, and I'll be taking the girls, too. I told my assistant Masa it was time to get Mihai's granddaughters ready to leave here. She's not much older than the girls, but she has a way about her, and I'm sure she won't have any trouble with them. I saw a plane flying off in the distance. I imagine it was looking for a safer place. The plane had a rose emblem on it.
Last Hope. Ist das vielleicht die letzte Mission?
Erusia's communication networks have been down since their satellites were destroyed. Unfortunately, we are experiencing trouble too. All of Usia has been affected, and we don't know when things will be back up and running. We're not even sure if this is Erusia's doing. Still, we will follow the strategy that was originally planned and move on to the next operation after liberating Farbanti. Let's get to it. Since the war began, we've been receiving communications in secret from an officer in the Erusian army. With the capital under our control, Erusia's radical element is losing support quickly, affecting the balance of power. HQ is thinking of using the military officer as a way to gain leverage to settle peace negotiations. The officer is currently hiding in the outskirts of Anchorhead Bay, having joined up with support dispatched from the Osean army. The plan is that they'll take a standard vehicle to a rendezvous point at a harbor in the east part of the city, where a helicopter will be waiting. I would like the new Strider Squadron to provide escort for the officer. Cyclops will remain at the base on standby to serve as defense. With the communication network currently down in the capital, I very much doubt Erusia will be able to mount a regimented counterattack. However, it is likely that Erusia's intelligence department and the remaining forces who are aware of the officer's movements will interfere. Keep a close eye on the officer and make sure he stays safe. Our victory in Farbanti has given us a golden opportunity to finally end this war. Be safe out there. Take note that our satellite-based IFF has become unreliable following the recent communications failure. As such, target ID will be done by processing the images from the infrared cameras on your aircraft. Objects will initially appear as unknown on your HUDs, but will be ID'd once you close in on them for a set period of time.
Okay. Es dürfte noch mal ein bisschen schwerer werden. Darf ich vielleicht schon die Raptor fliegen? Nein, darf ich nicht. Ich bin mir nicht sicher, soll ich oder soll ich nicht? Ich denke, ich fliege erstmal damit los. So, nehmen wir die 35er. Diesmal nehme ich allerdings die Luft-Luft-Raketen. Und, das nehme ich raus. Dafür haue ich die hier rein. Das dürfte hoffentlich irgendwie helfen. Los geht's.
Strider Squadron, you're cleared to taxi.
To the unidentified Osean craft, this is Captain Carl of the Osean Army. Are you here for the escort? You're not the squadron I was expecting. Are you really friendlies? Over.
This is Longcaster. Airborne warning and control system for the Osean Long Range Strategic Strike Group. Captain Carl, they're on our side.
And those two pilots we've heard about must be here too.
Okay, I hope you're right.
Dann noch bei Nacht.
Longcaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oseans won't shoot us in this confusion.
Will image process the unknowns caught in your camps to identify friend or foe? The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, we just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire.
It's something I'll never get used to. But tonight it's been a total shock. The city under martial law. Gunfire and the roar of jets echoing through the streets.
Give me Strider Squadron's IDs. Oh, and hand me that sandwich. Strider 1, APC destroyed.
Trigger has destroyed the target. What's wrong with drones? Whether you were paid for them or not, you're just too stubborn to change with the times.
Entering the Anchorhead Bay area. Buildings will block your line of sight. Make sure to keep track of your objective.
How this war ends depends on this mission. I'm counting on you.
Understood.
Locked on.
Strider Squadron, identify the unknowns along the route. Target is in machine gun range. Strider 1, AA gun destroyed. AA gun confirmed destroyed. Missile away.
Somebody take out those allies. progress, Lancaster. They've opened up a path for us. The more the merrier.
Die Frage, was ist mit dem Hubschrauber?
We can't see the tops of the roofs from down here. Be on the lookout for enemy ambushes.
ID'd as Osean forces. This is AWACS for the LRSSG.
Our info has been updated.
We made it through the Anchorhead Bay area. We're heading along Highway 208 under the bridge. We're taking the coastal highway, the next ramp.
All right.
There's a strict curfew. People gather at bars and other places to learn what's going on. Patriot, my duty is calling. Nice work, Leo. That's a confirmed kill. You are a true patriot. There's an unknown on our route. We can't proceed. Locked on bandit.
Missile inbound, missile inbound.
Wait. The General managed to convince them.
Listen, those that protect General LaFarge are the real patriots. Onward!
All right, and land back.
Strider 1, locked on target.
There's a vehicle up ahead. Think it's gonna ask us to pay a toll? Get closer and find out if it's an enemy vehicle.
We'll go. Let's go.
We archived all the footage that was shot when the communication networks come back online. We need to remind everyone that there's no such thing as a clean war.
Missile hit.
So, machen wir das mal. Machen wir so. Jetzt weiß ich gar nicht, wie ich das erkennen kann, ob es Freund oder Feind ist. Ich muss bisher noch
Vehicle
aufhalten.
blocking the road. No response to hails. It's the radicals.
Destroyed.
It's no good. There's still a car on the road. Just to be safe, you better avoid the highway and head for the warehouse district. Lancaster, we're taking a detour. Don't lose us.
Strider 1, General's route has changed. Keep your eyes on his vehicle. Don't let him out of your sight.
Here comes a traitor, LaFarge. This is the white that they cast. They really don't want the war to end, do they? LaFarge in that vehicle!
They've been set up in all the right places.
Locked on, you're mine.
I'm taking fire, but I can still fight. We have some enemies coming up behind us. They're gaining on us. Which faction is the head of our organization? We need to know at once. We changed our route, but the enemy's still on us.
Target destroyed.
Strider 1, Fox 2. Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Nicht ganz leicht.
Strider 1, AA gun destroyed.
My infantry I'm surrounded by nothing but friendly. No, the attack was an unintentional mistake.
We're almost at landfill number 7. If we can make it through, we'll be in arm's reach of the rendezvous at Grunder Park. Captain Carl, do you have permission to record this conversation? I wish to explain to you the situation inside Erusia. I'm sure the boys listening upstairs will record it. The open declaration of war, expanding the front lines, was all the work of some young Erusian officers. They were referred to as the radicals, but there was an unseen force guiding them. It was technology they borrowed from the Belkans. They actually went to war. The performance of the attack drones exceeded their wildest dreams. And they were incredibly clean, which got public opinion and the opportunists within the military on their side. Even with the magic or alchemy. Airplanes are meant to be flown by human beings. Those of you listening in, am I wrong? We're heading towards Grunder Park. Rendezvous point at the helipad on this man-made island. We'll ditch the car and take the helicopter from there.
Of a military group calling itself the Free Illusions. An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response. I've got a bad feeling. Ask yourself, what is best for our country?
Strider 2, missile incoming.
The aircraft has 3 lines on its tail.
Target eliminated.
They actually believe that using robots will put it in the bloodshed. I'm hit! Get this guy off my back! Open fire on that vehicle!
The VIP is taking fire. His vehicle stopped.
It is not machine. It's people. Understand that. Missile inbound! Evade! Missile closing! Break! Break! Breaking lock! Evading!
This is one of ours. Ocean forces at landfill number 7. This is AWACS Lancaster.
Try to help us before we get shot. It's not like this is a tanker anymore.
Captain Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. New coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4, 1999 Delta Lima. Rescue team says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
Well, yeah, don't they know nowhere is safe?
So, das wird das.
Led to another power struggle within the Illusion military.
It's all gone to hell. Even the radio chatters about the Civil War. Radio? You have one in your cockpit? Yeah, ever since my previous squadron. I've got it taped, nice and secure.
They don't respond. Shoot them down.
We're about to cross Anchor Bridge. There'll be nowhere to hide.
That was something.
Drone is acting suspiciously. Shoot it down. An armored vehicle's behind us. It's a vehicle used by the Illusion forces. Take it out.
Trigger, our VIP is in trouble. Clear the way for it.
We're taking fire. Take care of them. We're taking fire. We can't hold off. I didn't think we were gonna make it, but you saved us. Thanks. The general is speaking with the commander.
Cease fire with the Ocean aircraft. General's orders. Destroy aircraft with tally marks on the tail. Clear people unit double.
You've almost reached the container area. Watch out for enemy ambushes.
Understood.
System failures caused friendly fire incidents among Ocean forces. There are even rumors of lethal units turning on their former allies. Conflict continued. Regional forces in the center, south, and east struggle over stabilization of the nation. The Illusion government has defined these groups, along with those trying to independently make peace with Osea, as rebels.
The general's vehicle is under attack. Our VIP is taking fire.
We're under attack! Hurry up and do something! We made it somehow. Try to get off your ass a little faster next time.
Ist echt nicht einfach.
We're coming up on a tunnel. We'll need to split up until we reach the exit. There's more to Belgian technology than just UAVs. Thinking IFF designations for one was an astonishing feat. They used it to make drones that resemble Ocean fighters. And then to assassinate a Hallwing and put the blame on enemy fighters. chaos to the world.
I can't believe Urusi is responsible for Harlan's assassination.
Talking politics? That's new.
Can't ignore a story like that, right, Trigger?
Hit by a missile.
Missile.
Strider 1, enemy behind you.
Missile.
You radicals were so busy developing UAVs, you forgot to develop marine pilots. What a disgrace.
Shoot down any aircraft that approach us. What are you thinking?
Bad news. Hostile armored forces outside of the tunnel. I'm thinking we should go say hi before the general's day.
It's a Russian military.
Fire for the next half hour. Then we'll take back the city from the scoundrels who call us rebels.
Missile. Caution. Pull up. Missile.
Evade that missile!
Missile.
Prepare to fire on a moment's notice.
The General's a real celebrity. Seems everyone wants to meet him.
Strider 1, missile launched. Critical escort objective destroyed. Mission failed. Abort mission.
Da kommt man ja gar nicht hinterher. Also ich brauche andere Bewaffnung. Ich mach's nochmal mit anderer Bewaffnung. Fortsetzen. Das haben wir schon gesehen. Das haben wir auch schon gesehen. Das auch. So, Mission starten. Und mit F-35. Bodenangriff. Los geht's.
Strider Squadron, you're cleared to taxi.
Überspringen wir auch.